Coming up next, a very special video. My 5 most complimented fragrances in my collection. So this is over the history of my collection, not ones that I recommend for compliments, which obviously is another category, but the ones that actually from my personal collection have gotten me the most compliments throughout my fragrance journey. Stay tuned to find out what they are and see if you can guess some of them coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support, and thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. Today's video is one that is special because it's always fun to look back on your fragrance collection and think about what are the ones that people really enjoy smelling on you. It's like anything else in life, you know, we don't necessarily, I think most of us don't necessarily seek compliments from the fragrances we wear, but of course it's nice when we get them. Just like it's nice if you know, have, I don't know, piece of clothing that you're wearing, a shoe, some shoes, a shirt, and people like it, enjoy it. Who doesn't like to have a compliment? So, having said that, I'm going to reveal to you, and I think a lot of you who watch my channel are probably going to have a good idea of which 5 are here, but it'll be interesting to see if you can put down in your comments below. Try to guess right now, going through starting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 1 being my most complimented of all time. And I'm going to go behind me and grab them from my wall of fragrance here and start at number 5. So, coming in at number 5, most complimented fragrance of all time for me is, and it's a relatively new one into my fragrance collection in the last year, so the fact that it's already doing so well is a testament to this fragrance, and it is New York Intense from, of course, Fragrance du Bois. This is the epitome to me of just masculinity. It's woody, it's a little bit dirty. It reminds me, as it's supposed to do, of kind of like New York in the summer. It's got a little bit of heat to it. It's got the old school vibe. It reminds me a little bit of something that's throwback to the 70s or 80s men's fragrances, which were so popular. It's a little sweet. It's just really is a truly magnificent fragrance. The bottles, the sprayers, what I love about the sprayer on Fragrance du Bois bottles is it gives you that controlled spray, so you can kind of like, for example, if I'm spraying my arm, you just kind of like spray it down rather than just like, you know, one little squirt. So when you combine everything together, this is such an excellent fragrance. And I get so many compliments. It really works well on my skin. It's warm. It works well, I think, with skin like mine, which is a little bit more oily. Just the chemicals react so well. So there you go. Number 5, Fragrance du Bois from, New York Intense from, of course, Fragrance du Bois. All right, let me go back now and get number 4. So number 4 is also, sorry, I'm talking with my back to you, one of my newer entries, but boy, I've owned it for less than a year, and it just absolutely is killing it for me. And that is Kalan from Parfums de Marly. This is one of those fragrances that when it came out a few years ago, I gotta be honest, it wasn't something that I loved. I actually did a video on it originally when I first smelled it, and then my opinion changed, but I was still kind of like, you know, ambivalent towards it for really a couple years until Maurice, one of the co-owners, of course, of Osme Perfumery here in Miami, challenged me to wear it out on a night out that I was meeting with some friends of mine, 3 female friends, and I put it on. I put on like 10 or 12 sprays, this is a very high projecting fragrance, but I was getting compliments left and right. And since then, now, whenever I wear it, I just, again, it's a compliment getter. It smells fresh, it smells clean. It's got this kind of like blood orange and orange blossom notes to it. It's spicy, it's a little bit daring, but it's not too over the top, and it is a projection beast. So you put this on, it's gonna get you noticed, and I get so many compliments from it. You know, just to read a couple more of the notes, in case you want to know, it's got lavender, it's got orange blossom absolute, cashmere wood, it's got tonka bean, sandalwood, dry amber, and it definitely has that kind of dry, aromatic, spicy, just really beautiful smell to it. I think this is one, and that spiciness, by the way, comes from, they list notes of black pepper and spices. So it's one of those great date night fragrances. It's great for going out at night. It's great for hitting the club because it gives that extra energy level. So there you go, coming in at number 4 all time already. These two, even though they've only been in my collection for the last year, have already jumped into the top 5 for me. Let's go to the next fragrance, coming in at number 3. And this is a tough one, to be honest with you. So this one, I'm gonna have to go with, coming in at number 3, one of the very first niche bottles that I ever owned, and that is Zizan from Ormonde JAYNE. This is a fragrance, it's green, it's got a very green, spicy, oak mossy smell to it. It's got a little bit, it's a little bit dirty, it's a little bit sexy. That's what I like about it. Again, this kind of has a little bit of that throwback feel, kind of like New York Intense. So you can see I kind of like those smells, and they just work well on me. They work well on my skin. This is, again, very gentleman, classic gentleman's fragrance. Ormonde JAYNE does gentleman, when I say gentleman, that classic British smell as well or better than anybody out there. Interestingly, I just smelled recently the new one from Roja Dove, Apex. If you guys have smelled Apex, I did a little video on it a couple weeks ago. It reminds me a lot of this fragrance. I think there's some inspiration there. But Zizan, this is my 3rd bottle, 50 ml bottle that I've had. I wear it a little bit less now just because it's not as readily available as it used to be. And so I'm kind of hoarding it a little bit more. But when I have a really special occasion, this one works great for when I'm really dressed up. A suit, a full suit for court. For those of you who don't know, I am an attorney by day, so I can wear this. It just really pairs well with a suit. Think a tux, think of an elegant evening out. This is it. But number 3, most complimented fragrance in my collection. That leads me down to number 2, and I have actually a tie here. And I'm going to put them both because they're both from the same house. Coming in, tying at number 2, I'm going to have 2A and 2B. 2B, because it's so close, is going to be Naxos from XEROFF. This is, again, just, you know, listen to these notes on here. Bergamot, lemon, lavender, jasmine, cinnamon. I love the cinnamon in this. Honey, cashmere, and tobacco leaf, tonka bean, vanilla bean. I love the cinnamon in this. I love the tobacco leaf. This is, Naxos is probably one of the best-selling XEROFF fragrances of all time. It's extremely popular whenever I am in Osme Perfumery and I see people smelling. Naxos is one that people come back to over and over again. And it's one that you can see the bottle is basically done, so I'm going to have to be getting a new one soon. It kills it for me. I put it on, I know that if I put it on and I wear it for a date, it is going to work well and do the job. But coming in, also tied at number 2, and maybe just slightly ahead, you see me talk about this all the time, is Oudin. Oudin from XEROFF. This is where Naxos is a little bit more of a oriental, kind of a spicy fragrance. This is more of a fresh, clean, bright, lively fragrance. This one, to me, Naxos is probably, you know, more specific to me. I'd wear it more at night for a date. Oudin, I've talked about this before, is the most versatile fragrance in my collection. I can wear it for anything, date, work, going out, party, fun, walking around, just hanging out, chilling. Oudin, you know, with this just beautiful, again, kind of got this grapefruit top and you know, lemon citrusy top, but it's got this beautiful coffee note in there that is really not talked about, I think, a lot in here, but it's kind of powdery, it's fresh, it just does the job. This was tough. This and my number one, which I will reveal in 1 second, are extremely close. This was a tough decision. And of course, it's not exactly scientific because I'm going based on my memory. I don't track every time I get a compliment. So, but having said that, let's go to my number one most complimented fragrance of all time. Where did I put it? There it is. There it is. A lot of you will know, and I hope you guys predicted, or some of you did, and got some of these right. But that is dun, dun, Desired from ELISIRE. What can I say? By the way, my bottle's almost done. Another one, because these are 30 ml bottles, and I'm going to have to pick up another one at Osme very shortly. This always has to be in my collection. The bottle's a little dinged up, you can see, because I've dropped it a few times. You can see the scratches. The bottle, elegant, beautiful, understated, classic. The fragrance inside is bold, it's daring. It's a beast mode fragrance. All these that I've named here today are beast mode. They're going to give you, on my skin, I get over 10 hours. This one, I get 15 plus hours on my skin. It is got this beautiful saffron, spicy, warm opening, and it goes into this beautiful oud that is not overpowering. It's one of my favorite oud fragrances. I know a lot of you guys love this for the oud component also, but without, I mean, it just is what it is for me. This works well. Everyone's got a fragrance that just works perfectly for their skin, for their temperament, for their own unique body smell. I've talked about this before. Everybody has their own unique odor, which is based on your immune system. So this, for whatever reason, it was like they designed this for me, specifically for me. I get so many compliments. It is an absolute no-brainer for me. If I want to wear it out on a date, I know it's going to work for me. I've never had somebody tell me, oh, yeah, it's just okay. I don't really like it. So there you have it. My top 5 compliment-getting fragrances in my personal collection over the years. These are all beautiful fragrances. There are many more that I get compliments for. But again, this was about the ones that just time and time again deliver for me, if that's what you're looking for. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace, love, and perfumes.